Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nyca, and with tonight's opening episode, both of them, for Love and Hip Hop New York. Yes, God, baby. Now, you know, I had left this alone, baby, but they had fooled around. They had messed around and brought the OGs back, baby. They brought Chrissy. They got Sahiri, baby. They got the old school back. And I really, that excites me. And by tonight's two premiere episodes, I think I'm going to have a good time with this. I don't take none of this personal, so I'm going to just give you the disclaimer. Love and Hip Hop is a show that I strictly have fun with. I don't care about none of these people. If some of y'all that on this show happen to watch this, please do not be trying to harass me as I have been harassed by members of this show, this particular franchise before. The thoughts and the opinions are my own and for entertainment purposes only. So whatever I might say in this season, if you see it, girl, get out your feelings. I'm just talking ish and swallowing spit as only I can do. Love and Hip Hop New York, Season 10, Episode 1, The Homecoming. And baby, it opened up with Miss Chrissy. She was giving us a trip down memory lane. I was here for it, child. She gives us all the rundown of how it all started back in the day, almost 10 years ago, okay? Then we open up with her driving, saying that, a couple about 3, 4 years ago, her and Jim was having some problems. So she decided to hitch up her wagon and drive it on down there to Miami. And they kind of was apart for the last couple of years. Now, together, they done been together about 16 years. And she said that for the last 3 to 4 years, they wasn't broke up. They just gave each other some space. You know, I love you, Chrissy. I love you, girl. I always did. Even when you popped off and I had to tell you about your damn self because you was wrong. I always loved you, girl. Hold on. Damn, I just had a whole moment. I missed my whole goddamn mouth. How I do that with all this lip I got, I don't know. Girl, I ain't got no... Oh, okay, here go a towel. I done made a whole goddamn fool of myself right then. Not really. But, yeah, girl... You ought not be proud to say you been with nobody no 16 years and he ain't legitimized you and gave you no baby or nothing. But that ain't my business. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, girl. Maybe I'm just too old. Okay. Anyway, we see her and Jim in the kitchen talking, and she says years ago, I told y'all she had a rough spot. She left him. Well, they back together again, and she back and she gonna make sure Jimmy don't get in no more trouble. Cause during this little hiatus she was on, he tended to get in a little trouble, and she gonna make sure that that ain't gonna happen. Now she said she gotta go off and talk to some people, cause she left town mad as hell, and she need to straighten some things out with some of the folks that she used to fool with back over there in New York back then, and she just hoping for the best. Jimmy and Jewels are like brothers in this Dipset thing. Kim Bella is now Jewel's wife, and she thinks that maybe it's time that they could possibly talk and mend their fences. Yandy say life hasn't slowed down none for her, honey. She raising kids. She done found her cause, this prison reform thing that she's got involved in since Mendices was sentenced to prison a few years back. And I forgot what it's called, something Justice Child, but she is now on the board of directors for this place. And we see her at a I think it was a rally. We got Remy there. You had Rich Dollars there. I saw Juju there. It was Jonathan up in there. Basically all the people she fooled with. And Kim Bella was there. That's somebody she don't, but we gonna see how this gonna play out anyway. Remy say she there. She definitely think that there needs to be some talks and moves made toward prison reform, after what she's been through. She definitely understands, as does Rich Dollars, who is going through it with his baby mama, who may have to be going to prison soon. Now, we learn Remy is off parole, and she say it feels amazing I wasn't mad at her, child. She was thinking of having a gathering to celebrate her being able to stay out past 10 o'clock, girl. She want to party with the big dogs, stomp with the big dogs. Uh, Kim Bella say she's missing Jewels, who is currently incarcerated. She at that event as a sign of support to him as well. Yandy having, and she and Yandy actually sit down and they talk. They're kind of cordial. We flash back to their beef, and Yandy said that she disrespected her motherhood. That's what Kim Bella supposedly did. She invited her in hopes that they may be able to rekindle their friendship. And they got some stuff in common. As far as I'm concerned, they got some jailbird husbands, honey. Anyway, Jonathan comes up and says Chrissy reached out to him, and Yandy was very surprised, as was the others at the table. And we play the Chrissy and Yandy saga replay again. Yandy say Chrissy makes her skin crawl. As long as Chrissy stays out of her space, she cool. Jonathan wanted to protest it because he said Chrissy seemed to be in a better place now. But Yandy don't want to hear it. Now we see seeing Santana over at the little child's like place. I guess one of them little places you take your children and they play on these big bouncy toys, like a kid land or whatever. That's the meetup place for her and Joe to exchange. He go with Lexington, or she picked Lexington up from him, right? And she say Joe proposed to her, and that was the most beautiful moment in her life. But 4 months later, she found out he cheated, and she left. Now Joe there, and she trying to tell him, about the bags and stuff, dealing with the kids. But he doing his normal, being a pompous ass, acting like he ain't paying her no attention. He's still mad, I guess, salty nut, whatever. Anyway, she said she don't care. If a man can't keep it 100 with her and treat her like she's supposed to be treated, and not take that ping away from her and take it to the next chick, she ain't dealing with that. She know her worth. Now, Erica Mena say that she ready to marry the love of her life. She in love, and he is the one, and in 3 weeks they getting married. Then Safari calls her into the bedroom, and we go down memory lane on how he met her and fell in love with her as well. We play back that Rich got mad when he found out that Erica and Safari was together. Safari said he don't give a damn because he love her. And it is what it is. And I must say, they make a cute couple. They goofy just like one another. He say she is the female version of him. She say he is a blessing because her father passed away from cancer. And in the book of her mind, God sent Safari so she didn't have to be by herself. God and her daddy sent Safari. Yeah. That's cute. And we learn she's pregnant. And they excited about it. Papoose meets up with Joe at the pool hall. It's him, Rich, and who else was there? Joe Budden, I said that. Anyway, they basically talking about Remy having this party because she out for parole. And Papoose want to know from Joe, are you and Seeing good because she's invited to this event? Well, we learned that him and Sin don't really talk. He just pick up the kid and drop the kid off. He's not having any conversations with her. He say Sin went into his phone and found some things that she didn't like. Now he's saying he didn't cheat. But for her to act like that, it was something close to cheating. And Papoose asked why he ain't acknowledged that whatever that was wrong. He feels like he ain't wrong. Child Papoose wasn't having it, and he went right into telling him about how he in the black love and how men gotta learn how to respect their woman and their family. Child, Joe gonna have to learn the hard way. He said that Joe gonna have to fix this if he want his family. He simply gonna have to fix it. Now we see Remy in the studio, and she says she got signed to a record label, then she went through the IVF, ended up pregnant, and she behind schedule. She back on track, at least she trying to be. And we see she and Papoose is in the studio with the Golden Child. She says she really want to get her album out, but you know, with her husband and her baby, she found it hard to juggle time to be focused on her music the way she needs to be, right? She admits it's a challenge, but she's going to put her best foot forward to make it happen. Now, Chrissy want to talk to Kimbella because Joel's and Jim relationship, they tight. They meet up, both not knowing how each other gonna react. Chrissy make it clear that she there to be respectful, but she ain't be there to be disrespected. Chrissy went into talking about what it was that brought them to this place where they ain't been talking. Girl, let's go on and put our cards on the table, okay? Now y'all remember this all started back around when Emily was on the show. And to my recollection, Emily was going through something, and Kimbella came to that party and basically told her that she used to mess around with Fab. Now, Chrissy jumped on her as a result of that. And that's one of the things that I really didn't know how to take that as my memory recalls. Child, I don't think I liked that too well because I was thinking like if anybody should have been ready to be confrontational and fight, it should have been Chrissy. I mean, it should have been Emily. But Chrissy jumped in it. Chrissy said she felt disrespected. How? It wasn't your piece of dick, was it? Girl, I don't know. Anyway, she ends up apologizing to the girl for it. And they say women need to take care of each other, but in the same breath went to talk about they can't stand Yandy. Now, they don't really see it for each other, but because of the brotherhood and that dipset situation that their men's are in, and the fact that they both hate Yandy. You know, a friend of my friend is enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yeah, that's what they doing. They got a common goal. They hate this girl, Yandy. And I can understand, but I know y'all ain't gonna. So who Yandy, who her partner gonna be? Seeing Jonathan? Can't be Jonathan because he's still a man. I don't care if he's gay or not. I think they gonna really be against Yandy in this season. Okay, because they both think she fake. Seeing say she and Joe need to talk and figure out how they gonna co-parent and try to work out their thing. They meet up and have this so-called transparent conversation. And I'm going to be honest with you, child, I don't feel like that was worth her time. Because Joe Budden got this passive, pompous, aggressive thing going on about him. He don't feel like he did anything wrong. He going to tell her, well, you know, after a year, I started to be unhappy. Her thing is, well, if you were unhappy, why did you propose to me? And then even if you are unhappy, you deal with that unhappiness. You close down some doors before you open up chapters and start new ones. You did something in this moment with this woman, and that's why she was so mad, and she just got up and walked away. And his pompous ass didn't care, gonna tell the producers, I told you she would walk away. Well, if I'm talking to a brick wall, I ain't gonna continue to do that either. Joe cool and everything, but Joe is very passive, and he nonchalant, and too much of that in a relationship when a woman feeling some kind of way will end you up in the arms of your ex, which is might be what you about to do. We'll talk about it, girl. Stay with me. I'm blessing. Okay, it's party time. Everybody arrived there in their finest. It's black and white, right? Remy excited to be off parole. Safari announces Remy is free. Fat Joe was in the building. She got up to speak, basically thanking everybody, grateful to have made it. Then Papoose had wrote some lyrics, and he spit real quick. She was surprised, didn't know he was going to do it, but she loved her husband. That's all she can tell her. She loved him. Now, Remy was, what did I say? Okay. Then Safari and Erica came up to Remy and Pap, and they congratulating each other. Girl, glad y'all look good. Yeah, y'all look good too and everything. Then Joe Budden came up behind Safari. Now remember, they got into it. Joe Budden got mad at him for really nothing. But when his dog died, Safari reached out to him, and that kind of got them back on track. Now Rich is different, and he remembers the disrespect Rich showed toward Erica in the past, you know, and that ultimately led to their falling out. And he's saying that if you come up in here with that bullshit today, I'm prepared and it's going down. Okay? Well, Child Rich comes and they playing it up like it's about to be this big old confrontation. Rich ends up shaking hands with him, tried to shake hands with Erica, but she's like, we good. Everybody relieved, you know. Joe said it was a different him, and it ain't no different him because he got right over there talking about she wouldn't shake my hand. I should have spit in the child. I'm like, Remy glad that the threat of the laws coming when she just got off parole and able to kick it has deadened. And then in comes Kimbella and Chrissy, and everybody stops again. It's like death just walked through the door. And Yandy don't want no parts of it, but she got to hold her poker face. And that brought us to the end of episode 1 of the season 10 of Love and Hip Hop New York. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. If there's anything I left out, remember the conversation always continues down there in the panel section. Part 2 of tonight's 2-part season opener will be on a separate video because we are already 16 minutes in, and I ain't trying to have them long like that. You know, this longer than I really like it to be. But anyway, that's it. That's all. In closing, as always, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the video. Ratings get me recognized on the YT streets. Comment down below in the panel. Let's talk about this season 10 of Love and Hip Hop New York. Are you excited about it? What are your predictions? Let's just talk about it down there below in the panel section. If you have not subscribed to this channel or my backup channel, Lady Nyca Live, please subscribe to both of those channels today. Also tap your notification bell button so that each and every time I go live or drop a pre-recorded video from this channel or the other one, you're going to get a notification and you can come over and join in the conversation. You guys have a great remainder to your Monday night, a great start to your work week, and I will see you on the next upload.